geobyte.
Dear students, now let us discuss the relation between kinetic energy and linear momentum. As you know, the kinetic energy E equal to half mv square. Okay, as you know, the linear momentum P equal to product of mass and velocity. From this, I can write that mass equal to linear momentum dividing by the velocity of the body. The kinetic energy E equal to half into m equal to what? M equal to P by V, linear momentum by V multiplied by V square. Can also be written as E equal to half P V square by V. Therefore, the kinetic energy E equal to half into product of linear momentum and velocity. Okay. Of course, it can be also written as the V equal to uh, P by M. Therefore, the kinetic energy E equal to half into P into V equal to P by M. P by M. Therefore, kinetic energy E equal to P square by 2M, or the square of the linear momentum is equal to 2em, or the linear momentum is equal to root over 2 into kinetic energy into mass of the particle. Okay, so these are the important relations. You try to remember, this is one of the important relation. Similarly, this is another relation between linear momentum and the kinetic energy, right? From that, the conclusion is, look at the conclusion. From the above relation, it is clear that a body cannot have kinetic energy without having momentum and vice versa. A body cannot be having the kinetic energy without having the linear momentum. Anyhow, we got the important relations like kinetic energy equal to half into m into v square. This is the one relation. One more relation. Kinetic energy equal to this one. Half into p square by m. Similarly, the linear momentum equal to root under 2 into e into m. These are the important relations. Okay. Having this introduction, you can construct different graphs. Like, look at the very first graph, the kinetic energy versus velocity. As you know, the kinetic energy, let me change the color of the marker. The kinetic energy E equal to half mv square. From this, I can write that kinetic energy is proportional to square of the velocity at mass equal to constant mass. So from this, since kinetic energy is proportional to square of the velocity, therefore the relation between the kinetic energy and velocity is parabolic. That graph I can mark like this. That graph I can mark like this. That is how the kinetic energy and velocity of the particle is varying parabolically. It is symmetrical about the energy axis or vertical axis. Okay. It is at constant mass. Okay. Similarly, look at the another graph, kinetic energy versus the linear momentum. As you know, the kinetic energy equal to what? Kinetic energy equal to p square by 2m. From this, I can write that kinetic energy is proportional to square of the linear momentum at constant mass. At constant mass. Again, the kinetic energy and linear momentum are varying parabolically. That graph I can mark like this. That is how the kinetic energy is changing along with the momentum p at constant mass of the body. I hope all of you clearly understood. These graphs are very important graphs. The graph is symmetrical about the energy axis or vertical axis. Okay, parabolic variation. Similarly, look at the another graph right between the energy and mass. Energy and mass. As you know, the right energy at constant linear momentum, with constant linear momentum. Here energy is proportional to 1 by m because we have the relation energy equal to right p square by 2m at constant linear momentum p. Energy is inversely proportional to mass, right? Then the energy is varying with the mass like this. As the mass increases, right, energy of the particle, kinetic energy of the particle decreases like this. That is how the mass and energy are related at constant linear momentum. Okay. Similarly, I can also mark another graph, that is energy versus linear momentum at constant mass. At constant mass, from this I can write p square equal to 2em or p equal to root under 2em. At constant mass, let us take the on root e on y-axis, linear momentum on x-axis. Then here root e, I can say that root e is proportional to linear momentum at constant mass of the body. Therefore, the root e versus p curve is looking like this at constant mass. I hope all of you clearly understood how we have constructed different graphs. Understood or not? Yes.
Geobyte.